As many as 10 people were killed and 20 injured when a shooter opened fire at Umpqua Community College Thursday in southern Oregon, Oregon State Police told KGW-TV. The shooter was killed, according to police. Douglas County Fire Marshal Rashu Fleer told CNN that the shootings were contained to one classroom on the sprawling campus. Authorities evacuated residents in a 1.5-mile radius of campus during the hunt for the shooter, he said. Police received a call of an active shooter in a classroom at the college at 10:30 a.m., local time, according to the Douglas County Sheriff's Office. Active shooter at UCC. Please stay away from the area, Fire District Number 2 that serves Douglas County said on Twitter. Sarah Madison, a reporter for KVAL television, said she could see a female student covered in blood get into a car and leave the campus. Madison also saw parents crying and looking for their children at the campus. Sean Clark, a spokesman for Roseburg Healthcare System, told KATU television that the hospital called in extra doctors and other staffers from other shifts to care for wounded in the attack.
Reports Thursday indicated as many as 10 to 15 people were killed after an active shooter was spotted at Oregon's Umpqua Community College. Preliminary information indicated 10 people were killed and more than 20 were injured at the college, located at 1140 Umpqua College Road in the Roseburg community, Oregon State Police spokesman Bill Fugate told CNN. TV station KATU later reported 15 people were killed, according to state police. The shooter was believed to have been detained, Fugate also told CNN. The Douglas County Fire District Number 2 first tweeted about the shooting around 10:45 a.m. The fire department later stated there were multiple casualties. Reports Thursday indicated as many as 10 to 15 people were killed after an active shooter was spotted at Oregon's Umpqua Community College. Preliminary information indicated 10 people were killed and more than 20 were injured at the college, located at 1140 Umpqua College Road in the Roseburg community, Oregon State Police spokesman Bill Fugate told CNN. TV station KATU later reported 15 people were killed, according to state police. The shooter was believed to have been detained, Fugate also told CNN. The Douglas County Fire District Number 2 first tweeted about the shooting around 10:45 a.m. The fire department later stated there were multiple casualties.
This is Dabu 7. We have massive reports coming out here of an active shooter in a mass shooting taking place at a community college in Oregon. I'm going to leave a link, multiple links. There are different reports coming out, but there's word that there could be up to 10 people dead, at least 20 injured. The initial report started with one person shot, an active shooter situation. Since then, they've called off backup ambulances. They've called off helicopters. There was word that the suspect has been shot and was reportedly down at one point. Now, and it looks like he may still be on the loose. There's not been a confirmation across the board on any of this. This is developing, and you're going to be able to follow these links, and you're going to see what I'm telling you guys here with up to 20 shot. Nothing confirmed 100%. This UCC shooting in Oregon, multiple injuries, and if you go to Broadcastify, you can listen to what they're saying. They have stated there are victims that are deceased. I did not hear a number myself, so I cannot confirm that it's 10, but I'll leave a link and I'll continue to listen. I'll update with any other information that I get, but you can see right here they're saying 10 confirmed, and that's from those that were overhearing and listening to the first responders and cops on the ground there. So that's where it sits at the moment. As I get more information, I'll keep you guys posted. It's been Dabu 7.
Only on CNN. This is CNN Breaking News.
We are just getting word here of a school shooting This is what we're getting from the Douglas County, Oregon Sheriff's Department. They are, quote, responding to reports of an active shooter at the campus of Umpqua Community College. This is in Roseburg, Oregon. And we can now confirm for you that according to preliminary reports, there are 10 who are dead. 10 who are dead. Again, preliminary reports, this is just now happening, and we're just getting information here. Again, this is Umpqua Community College, Roseburg, Oregon. Let me just quote the sheriff's spokesperson saying this. There is a situation going on out there, but we don't have any more information at this time. And so looking at pictures with you for the first time as we're working on getting some voices to join me here, this has apparently happened. And guys, talking in the control room, just get in my ear if we have any kind of timeline as far as how this has happened. But obviously, since it's active, and unfortunately we've gone through this before, what happens is obviously law enforcement rushes to the scene, first responders, they cordon off the area around the community college, around where this could have happened outside of the college, could have happened inside. Looking with you, this is, it looks like from the fire department, active shooter at UCC. Please stay away from the area. So that is extraordinarily important. Let me underscore that for you. If you are in this area of Oregon, again, this is Roseburg, Oregon. If you are anywhere near the area, stay away. And presumably people with the community college will be reaching out. Okay, thank you. Talking to my producer, Art Roderick, joining me now here from a law enforcement perspective. Art, I mean, we're hearing active shooting situation, 20 wounded according to preliminary reports, more than 20 wounded, 10 killed at this community college in Oregon. What is happening right now on the ground?
I tell you, Brooke, this is probably the worst case scenario when it comes to an active shooter situation, where these many, so far, obviously reported killed and injured. I mean, we know how these reports come in, and they're, turn out to be incorrect. Hopefully that there aren't 10 that have been killed. But it's sad to say, but law enforcement and these universities and colleges are very familiar with the active shooter protocols, and I'm sure those are in place right now. And everybody in the law enforcement community is responding, and also fire and rescue, and everybody is probably at that scene right now trying to sort out what's going on, and is this shooter still in the area and still armed and dangerous.
I'm getting information, and hopefully this is, again, according to reports. We just have to put this on reports because we're working on confirming this ourselves. But, Art, according to reports, that the shooter has been detained. And in these scenarios, they really have to go through, as you well know, when law enforcement arrives on a scene, you can't assume that it's just one shooter, right? So you have to make sure that people who are in the area don't get anywhere near the school. Folks who are in the school stay put, because they have to look everywhere, correct?
That is absolutely correct. You can never assume it's just one shooter. And also, is there a possibility of explosives in a vehicle, or as we've seen in the past, or did he leave possible booby traps around somewhere? So, I mean, law enforcement is checking into all of these things, and they basically have a checklist that they're going to go down to take a look at what else this individual could have left behind, or is there a conspiracy involved here with other individuals involved in this active shooter situation?
Sadly, we have covered, in my opinion, we have to cover too many of these. Too many of these are happening, but at least knowing that a lot of these schools, colleges have protocols in place, correct? For when and
if,
correct.
I mean, it's not only schools and universities and colleges and elementary schools and high schools. It's also malls, shopping malls, and all the places where there's a large gathering of people. A lot of training is being done, and training is being advanced every time. Unfortunately, as you said, we've had many of these, and we learn from each one of these, and the training is adapted for these particular situations. So I know the Department of Justice and the Department of Homeland Security have very active training for active shooter programs, or mass casualty programs, as they're actually called.
I'm just going to speak live to the control room. Someone's in my ear, so I can't hear air. If you guys could get out of my ear, please. And with that, Art Roderick, do me a favor. Stand by.
Will do, Brooke.
Stand by, please. We're going to go to Pamela Brown, who is our justice correspondent, who's got some news as far as what is happening there in Oregon. Pamela, what do you know?
Well, Burg, what we know right now is that there are 10 deceased, 20 wounded at Umpqua Community College. This is about 3 hours south of Portland, Oregon. We know law enforcement is there on the scene. The question is whether federal law enforcement have arrived. I know the ATF, FBI have offices in Portland, so they very well could be on their way there. That is the typical, the protocol when something like this happens. And we're told by the Oregon State Police spokesperson that the shooter has been detained. But, Brooke, at this point, we don't know whether there are other people who could be involved with this, as Art Roderick just said on our air. Whether there are other shooters, whether this is part of a larger conspiracy, those are still the questions being asked right now. But the news is, as we're learning from Oregon State Police, 10 deceased, 20 wounded. And from here, Brooke, this will be a very active investigation to figure out how and why this happened.
All right, Pamela, stand by for me. Art Roderick is also with us, again, from a law enforcement perspective. And if you are just joining us, this is what we know right now in this area of Oregon. This is Roseburg, Oregon, and you're looking at pictures of what would be the campus of Umpqua Community College. According to preliminary reports,